Start by putting the handlebars into place. Next, take Allen key to tighten handlebars to front forks. Set handlebars at comfortable height and tighten down with an Allen key. Make sure the handlebars are locked to the front forks by tightening the 2 side screws on the right. Now close handlebar locking mechanism. Now set bike upside down to place the front wheel into place. Make sure wheel is in both grooves. Make sure the motor wire and the 2 silver brackets are on the inside of the front forks. The motor wire will look just like this. Make sure the 2 white arrows are lined up. Next, take the black brackets and lock them to both sides of the front fork. Now take the 2 silver brackets and place them on both sides of the wheel. Now set the bolts on both sides of the wheel and screw them in tight with your fingers. Now take a size 15 wrench and make sure both sides are nice and tight. Now line up the holes in the back of the tricycle with the holes in the front of the tricycle. Now once the holes are lined up, place the 3 screws on the left and the 3 screws on the right to hold the bike frame into place. Now take an Allen key and a size 15 wrench to tighten down both sides of the bolts. Now adjust the rear brakes. Make sure the disc brakes are nice and balanced in between the brake pads on both sides of the rear brakes. Now pull the rear brake cables tight on both sides of the rear brakes and make sure to tighten the screw with the Allen key. Make sure both sides are tight on the rear brakes. Now lay out the chain and set it in place. Now pull the chain tight and take the attachment piece and attach both sides of the chain together. Now set the chain bracket to lock chain in place. Now to make sure the chain stays together, use the 3rd locking mechanism to the chain. It will look just like this. Once the chain is together and locked into place, you will now have your chain look just like this. Take the 8 screws and the 8 bolts and install the rear fenders to the rear basket now on the right and left side. Now take an Allen key and a size 10 wrench to tighten down the fenders to the rear rack now. Make sure the screws to the fenders are nice and tight now. Now install the L bracket to the front fenders by tightening down the bolts and screws now. Take the 2 light wires and plug them in now. Line up the hole in the front forks with the front fenders, take the light and install them to the front forks. Holding the up arrow for 3 seconds will turn on the light and also will turn off the light. Now make sure the light and the front fender are nice and tight to the front forks. Line up the 4 holes in the back of the tricycle with the 4 holes in the back of the rear rack and install the screws and bolts now. Once everything's in place, make sure your bolts and screws are nice and tight. Once you're done tightening all the screws, your rear rack will look just like this. Set battery in its grooves and set the battery into place now. Now slide the seat in and lock it into place. Take your Allen key and install the 4 screws to install the front metal basket to the front of your tricycle now. Make sure that all 4 screws are nice and snug. Now set the Emojo logo in place on the front basket. Now take the right side pedal and screw it into the right till your hands can't tighten it anymore. Then take a size 15 wrench to make sure it's nice and snug. Now take a size 15 wrench and tighten down the left side pedal to the left. Make sure to pump up the back left tire to 20 psi. Now pump up the right back tire to 20 psi as well. Make sure the front tire is pumped up to 20 psi as well. Hold the M button to turn on the LCD display. Press the up arrow to go through pedal assist 1 all the way up to pedal assist 5. Now press the down arrow to go from pedal assist 5 down to pedal assist 1. Now hold in the left and right side brake and press the silver button to lock the brakes in place. Hold the M button to turn off the display. Now that your tricycle's all built, let's get that thing outside and on the road. It's time for you to have some fun. Emojo Ride Life.